Welcome back to Movie Mojo. Today we are going to review the horror mystery film, The Possession of Hannah Grace. If you enjoy our content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We upload multiple times daily. Spoilers ahead. Two priests are performing an exorcism when the movie opens. Her body writhes in agony as Hannah Grace, Kirby Johnson, is possessed by an unnatural power. While he waits impatiently for the priests to finish their work, her father Granger, Louis Hertham, sits by her side and begs Hannah to battle her demon. Hannah's corpse suddenly rises, and she looks to be holding the priests in her grasp. While the other priest begins to choke, she launches one of them against the wall, where he is impaled through the head. Hannah is smothered by Granger with a pillow till she stops moving. Megan Reed, Shay Mitchell, is traveling to a job interview at Boston Metro Hospital 3 months later in Boston. Megan has landed a job working the graveyard shift as an intake assistant in the morgue thanks to her buddy and AA sponsor Lisa, Stana Cottage. She has an interview with Dr. Lewis, James A. Watson Jr., who gives her a tour of the region and wonders whether she can manage the job because many of his previous employees have left because they couldn't stand the smell and alone around dead bodies. Dr. Lewis is reassured by Megan that she can complete the task. Later on that evening, Megan begins. Before entering the morgue, she encounters Ernie, Jacob Ming Trent, and Dave, Max McNamara, 2 security officers, at the entrance. She keeps going until an EMT arrives with a new body. Megan begins to experience a recent terrible flashback as she is working. As a police officer, she once faced a criminal but held off shooting him until he turned around and fired. Her colleague was fatally shot by the assailant, who then fled. Megan began abusing medications as a result of her shame and fear, which put her in rehab. The following day, Andrew, her ex-boyfriend and a police officer, Gray Damon, pays Megan a visit to pick up the rest of his belongings. Before Andrew decides to go home, the two argue briefly about whether or not her new job is a good idea. When Megan arrives back at work that evening, she discovers Granger, a hooded man, outside knocking on the door. She doesn't trust him for good reason, and when Megan threatens to contact security, he stops yelling at her to let him in. A short while later, Randy, Nick Thune, an EMT, arrives with the body of a young woman who was presumably being dismembered as she was discovered. Granger sneaks inside behind Megan as she goes outside to assist Randy. Megan examines the body after Randy has left and discovers that it is Hannah. The camera and computer don't work when she tries to snap images of the body. Other strange occurrences include a tremor in the room and the drawer containing Hannah's body not closing. She observes flies about Hannah when she returns to inspect the body and a large swarm of them when she lifts her covers, but this turns out to be a hallucination, possibly. When Megan hears something outside, she investigates but discovers nothing. When she returns to the morgue, she discovers that Hannah's body has vanished and witnesses Granger attempting to remove it. When she approaches him, he tries to stab her, but Megan disarms him and waits for security to arrive to take him away. Hannah isn't actually dead, Granger shouts to Megan as he is being taken into custody. Even though Megan doesn't notice Hannah's body moving, Andrew calls her after Megan returns Hannah's body to see how she's doing after hearing about the incident. Hannah's lips is open and she is exhaling when Megan finally gets a glimpse of Hannah. Now that Lisa is alarmed, she convinces her to meet with her. Megan believes that she must complete this task despite Lisa's advice that she can return home. She mentions Hannah's respiration to Lisa, but Lisa responds that dead people occasionally let out air when they are moved. When Andrew visits Megan, he claims that she stole a bottle of Xanax from him. She becomes enraged when he implies that she is abusing once more, and she tells him to go. When Dave hears something strange at the morgue, he makes an effort to amuse himself. He moves next to Hannah's drawer where he first hears the sound as he investigates. He is then violently lifted to his feet and begins to suffer agonizing bone fractures before being pulled into the drawer. Megan notices a rusted hand extending outside the cubicle while she is still in the restroom. Megan, who is becoming more paranoid, asks Ernie to watch mortuary footage. One of the cameras shows Hannah slithering in the shadows, which she observes. Megan begins investigating Hannah's passing, then updates Lisa on her findings. Later, Lisa goes outside to smoke, but Hannah follows her. Hannah pursues Lisa to the rooftop, where she twists Lisa's corpse until her neck is severed. Megan calls Randy in to see Hannah's body, which has found its way back to the drawer, when he returns with a new body. After the passing of Dave and Lisa, the body seems to be healing. Randy realizes Megan isn't feeling well and tries to infer something positive about her condition because he was once in a similar predicament. Randy then departs, and Megan calls Andrew to discuss the Xanax bottle. She claims that she didn't use or take any of it, but Andrew insists it's fine. Hannah locates Randy outside and kills him, giving the impression that his skull was crushed between a wall and his truck. Randy is already dead when Megan attempts to find him after spotting Hannah on the security tape. Megan receives a call from Andrew informing her that Granger has escaped police custody and is on his way back to the hospital. When he finally arrives, he informs Megan of what she has witnessed, that Hannah's corpse is mending itself with every kill, and that they must burn her body in order to utterly obliterate it. While Hannah grabs hold of Granger's body and drags him to the incinerator, killing him, Megan reluctantly assists Granger in bringing the body there. Andrew arrives to assist Megan as she tries to elude Hannah. Ernie is caught by Hannah, who then slices his throat before pursuing Megan and Andrew. Hannah tries to turn Andrew around by grabbing hold of him, but Megan grabs his rifle and shoots Hannah till she falls to the ground. She releases Andrew from the hospital and returns with Hannah's body to the incinerator, where Hannah re-emerges alive. Even as she starts screaming with Megan not to, she manages to attack Megan and push Hannah into the incinerator. Megan has recovered and is prepared to continue living her life some time later. She swatted a fly with her hand after taking a shower when she noticed it on the mirror wall. Thank you for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe.